Call this meeting to order, please. Roll call.
Here.
Here. Here. Here. Please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. Good evening, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Next, we have public comment. I believe we have one person signed up. Blaine Varney, please come up to the podium.
Thank you. As most people know, we lost the sheriff's office last year to Sheriff Jeffrey Diesel in August. His daughter Grace has been selected by AIST, which is the American International Sports Team, to represent Team USA to play softball in Italy. The sheriff's office is holding a two-person scramble golf tournament on April 29th. We're looking for sponsors so we can get this going. We're seeing if the city would want to sponsor a hole or something of that nature, so we can send Grace to Italy this summer. We're also trying to raise money so we can send Susan so she can go over and watch Grace play softball. This was kind of Jeff's dream, was to get her off to college to play softball, and it's a little early, it's her junior year, but it's exactly what Jeff wanted, so we're trying to make that happen by raising money and being able to send them over to Italy for the summer to play. So there is some sponsorships in here if you'd like to do that. And then if you know anybody that likes to golf, we're taking up some golfers as well. It's $80 a team, and then there's T-shirts, $25 a T-shirt extra if you want to purchase a T-shirt.
When is the tournament?
It's April 29th out at the golf course.
And what are you asking for a sponsorship?
So the sponsorship, there's 3 different tiers. A gold sponsorship. Can I give you one of these so you can
Please,
look at it?
Did you guys see it?
So the gold sponsorship is $1,000. It does get you 2 team entries, so 4 people with 4 free T-shirts, and then it gets you signs at the putting green sponsors. Silver is $500. Gets you signs as the driving range sponsor, and then a bronze is hole sponsors for $250 if you want to be a sponsor. You don't have to meet these criteria. We're not making everybody meet the criteria. So if there's something else that the city would like to donate to make that threshold, I understand with COVID and everything, budgets are a little tough with everything. So anything that want to donate to sponsor is appreciated, and we will accept. So it doesn't have to be any of these if you can't make that.
Okay. Well, thank you. This is an awesome opportunity for her. I'm guessing she must be one heck of a softball player.
Yeah, she is.
It's
And
kind of an
I
opportunity.
really wish Jeff could see it in person, but I know he'll be watching from upstairs for sure. But we really wish he could actually see it in person.
When do you need to have sponsorships in by?
I'm trying to get everything done, at least wrapped up by April 12th is the end goal. But the sooner the possible. So yesterday would have been great. But I understand that, commissions have to meet, boards have to meet, that kind of stuff for banks and hospitals and all that. So we're just trying to get this out to people as soon as we can. And then whenever we can hear that you guys are willing to do it. Carol Porter's phone number is on the front of the flyer. So if you guys decide to do that, somebody at the city office just can call her or call the sheriff's office. We can send somebody over to pick it up. You guys don't even have to drive to the sheriff's office to drop it off. For the people that are watching, if they want to donate, they can call Carol. Her phone number is 821-4429. Also, we have set up a bank account at Bank West if people want to drop off money anonymously. They can also drop off money there as well at Bank West. And it goes to the Jeffrey Diesel Memorial Golf Tournament. So if they want to do that as well, they can do that too.
Are you needing any other help with anything else, or?
That's actually a good question. I've never hosted a golf tournament, which I know, Ann, you have a food truck now, right? I was actually going to come talk to you because we're going to invite food trucks for lunch. It's going to be kind of on their own, but then the whatever the food trucks make, it'll be all their money. We're not going to charge them or anything. So if you'd like to bring your food truck out that day, that would be awesome.
I'll contact you. I have some other ideas too. So.
Yeah. So we are also doing a silent auction. It's not on the flyer because it kind of came up as a in deal. I went to most businesses and they said they couldn't donate money, but they could donate stuff for a silent auction. So if somebody has stuff for a silent auction, we can also put that together and keep that going. I have a couple items for the silent auction. So, any other questions?
No. Okay.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, Blaine. Thank you.
Yes, so we could take up for consideration next meeting or
Yeah.
something and discuss it.
Mhm.
if you
Yeah,
want.
definitely.
Okay, well, let's move on to consent agenda then. We have A, 2/6/23 commission meeting minutes, and B, the appropriation ordinances 2023-04, 2023-04A, and 2023-P04. Any questions or concerns on those?
I move that we approve the consent agenda items A and B.
I have a motion by Commissioner Redlin,
I'll second.
a second by Commissioner Howard. Any other further discussion? Roll, please.
Howard,
Yes.
Redmond,
Yes.
Myers, yes. Showalter, Austin.
Yes. Okay, we have no presentations or proclamations, no ordinances and resolutions, so we'll move on to formal actions, starting with A, an appointment to the cemetery board. Kent?
Mayor, members of the commission, the application from Jackie Elliott is in the packet, and she has been serving on the cemetery board and would like to continue, and there's cemetery board would like to have her continue as well, or recommend continuance, reappointment, whichever is the appropriate term.
According to the form, it's reappointment.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like she's a great asset to have.
Yes.
Right. Yep.
I move that we approve the reappointment application for Jackie Elliott to the cemetery board.
I have a motion by Commissioner Redlin,
Second?
a second by Commissioner Myers. Any other further discussion? Roll, please.
Myers, yes. Showalter, Howard,
Yes.
Redmond,
Yes.
Austin.
Yes. Okay, next we have KMEA board appointments. Kent?
Mary wrote up the CCCF, and then it was requested by Dustin, so I'm speaking on behalf of both of them, actually. But we have the appointments of Dustin Bedore as director, and Lucas Wolak as alternate on the KMEA Board of Directors. Expires later this spring, April 30th. The commission is required to approve an appointment to each position on the KMEA Board of Directors. The director one term is a 2-year appointment, and in the past, the board has appointed an alternate for a 2-year appointment. And we have an action on there of appointing Dustin as director one. And there is, for the alternate, a recommendation to appoint both Lucas Wolak and myself as alternates, if it's possible. So it can be just Lucas, but it works to have me as another alternate on that board.
Okay, anybody have any questions or concerns over that?
I move that we approve the KMEA board appointments for, does it need to be specific for like Dustin as primary and then the alternates to be either Lucas Wolak or Kent Brown?
Both.
Both? both Lucas and Kent as alternates.
I like it. I have a motion by Commissioner Redland,
Second.
a second by Commissioner Myers. Any other further discussion? Roll, please.
Yes.
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 Fumbled through, but we got it.
Okay. Next, we have discussion items, a front end loader request.
And this has been requested, there's information in the packet regarding the loaders that are currently in the streets department and the age of those loaders. Street Superintendent Kenton provided quite a bit of information. We have, and the one that is the street department is looking to replace is a 1990 1990 John Deere loader, and the pictures are up on the screen currently. Obviously, that's 33 years and still chugging along at this point, but it's getting a little difficult. Kenton, did you want to speak
Classic.
to the different things regarding that loader?
Like we kind of stated, it's really a lot of wear and tear. I don't know if it, and also the ride-in, it's really rough on it. It seems like it's getting rougher and rougher. It's pretty rough on a person driving clear across town with it. But there's just basically a lot of wear and tear. Do you guys want me to read all the?
I mean, I think we've all had a chance to kind of read through all the details, but.
But I did find some paperwork that it was supposed to be due to be replaced in 2010, and it's been way past 2010. I mean, Rich and Levi also had some demos and stuff a few years ago when he was around, and we talked to some sales reps, and just looking to finish with that project. Like I said, it's like Ken said, it's 33 years old, and I think we got the money in the budget, so if we could upgrade it, it'd be a next step to improve our snow removal and the efficiency of our.
And they've been setting aside money with every budget and on two different line items for front-end loaders. And they're both around $130,000 right now.
What's a new one run? Do we have an estimation?
It was run 3 or 4 years ago when we were doing that, and they were running 180,000. But we know price inflation and everything. I'm not positive what it's going to be at
Could
right
be
now.
200 or
It
more.
could be around 200, but I don't see it being succeeding the 260,000 that we got budgeted between the two line items. But I do plan on probably putting this out on auction and then taking the money and replenishing one of those line items.
What does that process look like? Do we use anybody local for the auction, or do we?
We use a Purple Wave a lot of times. I think Big Iron also, but it really depends on who comes around and we get a hold of. But it's usually Big Iron or Purple Wave.
Okay.
So,
And they have a statewide reach.
Sure.
so
Actually, wider than a statewide reach.
Yeah.
Any idea on what the repair cost would be to fix everything on that list?
I have no idea. There's a lot of these items Levi can fix himself, but there is quite a few of them that he couldn't, and we all know what taking it to mechanic shop's going to cost hourly. But as far as things that Levi can fix, obviously servicing the transmission hydraulic line, the seat suspension, front crankshaft seal leak, exhaust leak on the turbo, the rocker cover seal, transmission side cover gaskets, and output seal. He said that'd be no problem on his end, but as far as everything else, he said it'd have to go to a mechanic shop.
Well, it still takes time and money. so.
Yeah, and I mean, was it just last year our New Holland had to go to Yoast, and that was a $30,000 bill for a brake job. So that was a killer for our budget on maintenance. So
And it's getting old enough, honestly, and obscure enough that getting parts it may not be the easiest thing.
yeah, and I mean, it is 544. I'm sure there's some parts out there. I mean, it's pretty common loader for John Deere, so. But we just kind of look to get something similar in size when we do it, so. And we'll put it out to bids for whatever comes. So we don't have a super preference in it. It's just something to help us out here, so.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think, you know, we've been saving money for a long time for just such an occasion, so, yeah, I have no problem going out, finding some bids and trying to find something within the budget you got.
Yep. Doesn't hurt to look, at least.
Any other thing?
I don't think so.
All righty. Thank you, guys.
Yep,
All
thank
right,
you.
thanks. Okay, let's move on to reports, starting with our city manager, Kent.
Included in your packet was the manager memo and also the police activity monthly report. Did get confirmation from the county of having a joint city-county meeting set for March 23rd. And probably have ask you at next meeting for specific topics. I have had one or two topics percolate up and ask from the commission yourselves. We do have an update on 1523 Colorado Avenue. No action really has been taken. That's regarding the two trailers on one lot property that we've had. Given him additional time to take care of.
Okay.
They're actually, and his partner has bowed out, or as far as the communication. So it doesn't look like there's going to be additional activity. So we will be sending out an RFP to remove. And once we get that, then you can go. The commissioners can decide whether to move forward or not. So
Has he made,
Okay.
I think one of the things was a water meter. Has anything been done there?
there's
Nothing?
been talk, but there's been no action.
Thank you.
So, and then Dustin informed me this afternoon that KMA had gotten back with him on a possible date for the KMEA 101 class or seminar, or what is it called?
The KMEA 101 that we talked about, I think,
Mhm.
the last meeting. Tyson McGreer with KMEA got back with me this afternoon and said they could do March 29th because they're going to do Garden City on March 30th. If that date doesn't work out, they thought that they would try to do both of us while they're out here. If that date doesn't work out, they could come back and do it at a later
At a
time.
later time. Okay.
So I did have a phone conversation with him later. So he knew it was kind of short notice, but they were trying to get both of us while they were out here at one time. But, so whatever works best for you guys, and then I'll get back with Tyson.
Okay, well, I mean, I think that looks good for me. That shouldn't be an issue for me.
I'm sure it's not an issue. I could probably make it work. I don't plan that far out in advance anyways, so. Yeah, we're good.
And the other thing, Mayor, I'd like to request an executive session for a few minutes, 10 minutes or so after the remainder of the meeting, or at the end of the meeting.
Okay. Can do.
That is
Is that it? Okay. Well, let's move on to commissioner report. Okay, call this meeting back to order. Is there any other further discussion? And I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Have a motion by Commissioner Howard,
Second.
second by Commissioner Myers. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion, meeting adjourned. Thank
didn't
you,
wanna-
everybody.